An uncomfortable truth is all women are not ready to be led. I don't care how much you love her. I don't care how fine she is, how thick she is, how long y'all been together, how much you care about her, how much you want to lead her. If she not ready to be led, you ain't gonna lead shit. If you offer guidance to her and she thinks it's control, she not ready to be led. If she rejects your feedback, even though it's constructive criticism, she's not ready to be led. If she thinks compromising for something is losing, she's not ready to be led. If she ignores direction, guess what? She's not ready to be led. If she's not willing to change or evolve, she's not ready to be led. And that's okay, because sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to figure out what they want and what they don't want. And maybe she never wants to be led. But then it's up to you, baby, to decide if that's the woman for you or not.
Yo, what's good, man? Another episode, Cancel These Nuts podcast. And we're going to get right into it. I couldn't have said it no better myself. Plus, shorty fine as hell. Gosh, she bad. But anyway, every time I make these videos or post on my social media or commentary, I get dusty chicks in the comments or always in their feelings are triggered by the truth. Talking about, oh, you always bashing women, or you always got something negative to say about women. No, dusty hoe. Be trying to educate y'all, be trying to school y'all to be the best version of yourselves, because we love you. We not these dudes out here that's scared to speak up or scared to tell the truth, because all they are perverts, simping all the time, pandering all the time, chasing pussy. No, we want our women to be the best version of themselves, because these are mothers of our babies. These are ones raising our children. You know what I mean? These are the ones that are building our nation. So we don't want dumb hoes or dusty hoes building our nation or raising our children. So we try to educate y'all and school y'all on the truths and realities of life. It's not bashing. It's not negative. They're just facts. So going back to what she was saying, it's the truth. A lot of women can't be led. I'll use my own circumstances as an example. I was with my baby mom 17 years, almost 20 some odd years. Met her family dynamic completely fucked up. Dad a crackhead, mom a whore, brothers a mook, sisters a whore. So I get with her. I come from a decent family. You know, mother and father been married over 47 years, grew up in the middle class, 2-parent home. So there's a lot of things I know about marriage, family dynamics, raising children, things of that nature that she has no idea about. So again, I get with her, and for years we go through all the ups and downs, trials and tribulations, throughout the relationship, mainly due and caused by her, due to her poor upbringing and just, her toxic ways and all the toxic bullshit she seen growing up that she brought into our situation. Fast forward, finally help her to build herself up. She went from whoring herself out when she was younger, working little bullshit fast food jobs and, working as hotel maids, things of that nature. And she finally builds herself up to a respectable position, something that she can be proud of. You know what the first thing she does? She switches up on me, switches up on my family, go right back to her toxic bullshit ways, getting in contact with old dudes she used to mess with, drug dealer dudes, in and out of prison, losers, deadbeat dads, dudes that, want to trick on her and stuff like that. She goes right back to what she knows, because that's all she knows. You know what I mean? So all that time wasted, all them years wasted trying to lead her into a better future, a better tomorrow, it was wasted. You know what I mean? Only for her to go right back to the bullshit that she grew up around and came from. So what this lady is saying is facts, man. Some women, it doesn't matter how good a man you are, how good a dude you are, you just can't lead them. They're destined to repeat the same cycles. Then for myself, you go out here, you meet new women, you start dating them, and you realize the pattern, you seeing some of the same signs. And you just look at the family dynamic. The mom ran through a million different dudes. You got a million different siblings. Nothing worked out in her life. And then you're taking on the same dumbass attributes and mindset of your mother. You know what I mean? That went through the same thing. And it's like, you can't see. You can't take the blinders off. None of that shit worked for them. It didn't work for your moms. It didn't work for your aunties. It didn't work for nobody. So why do you still have that same stupid ass mindset and not being able to be led? Now, I'm not saying that every man you meet is supposed to lead you. But again, if you find the kind of man that you want, that comes from the same family dynamics that you want for yourself or your kids, that shows you he has the morals, the principles, and characteristics of a good man, a husband, a father, things of those nature, why would you feel like you're losing for compromising the bullshit mindset that you grew up under to have that man or to be with that man? Just retarded. Do you want to repeat the same cycle your mother repeated? Do you want to repeat the same cycle you see other women around you that repeat it, and you see where it led them in old age to be ran through by a million men, they end up broke with nothing and still struggling? Or do you want to change your mindset and find what God has for you? But first, you have to be that type of woman. You can't remain in the same energy or mindset that you grew up around and that you have now, because as you can see, it's not working. That's why you're a single mother. That's why your son has no positive role, male figure, role model in his life, or dad in his life. He's growing up to be a bitch. He can't behave in school. He's feminine, he's soft, he's emotional, like a woman. Things of those nature. So you're already halfway losing the game as it is. So at least you can do is try to pick up, in the last quarter and try to win. By changing your mindset and changing your attitude when it comes to things. Bottom line, if you find a good man or God drop him in your life, let that man lead. Let that man guide you into the promised land. Because again, your mindset and what you've been through and what you've grown up around, that just ain't it. Get it through your head. That ain't it. It ain't gonna lead you nowhere but down the same dumbass path that your moms, your aunties, and a lot of women around you went down. And that's really all we be trying to tell you. That shit didn't work for them, and it's not gonna work for you either. You dig? So again, truth is truth, man. Another Cancel These Nuts podcast. 1.